Hello, I am Vasai Narendra Yeshwant from VJNT School Nandarkhe, Taluka Dis Nandurbar. I am going to teach a poem 10 class 3.3 Stopping by Wood on a Snowy Evening. So in this book there is a given warming up activity and some questions given. So I request you please listen carefully and trying to understand what is the reason, what is the motive of these questions. Where did you go for a picnic recently? So in this poem, there is a given question: where do you go for picnics? So different places there we go picnics like Mahabadeshwar, Toranmad, and etc. So second question: who all accompanied you? So when we are going to picnic, there is our family with accompanied with you. Third question is why did you select that picnic spot? So we select the picnic spots for there is some beauty, then refreshing climate, and so we select this picnic spot. Now next question is what games, foods, sites did you enjoy there? So there is so more sites then foods and games, so we enjoy there. Like in this, there is some non-veg or veg. Then there is some different spots, so we played there games like football, cricket, then other etc. Where indoor games and outdoor games also when we stay there. Next question is what did you feel when it was a time to return home? So we feel really happy when there is some we return from home. The memories of the picnic spot is really unforgettable, and our we come out of our dull routine life and we enjoy the picnic spots, so it is a very enjoyable for us. Okay, now I am going to read a poem stopping by wood on a snowy evening, so I request you please listen carefully. What is the motto of this poem? Now firstly we introduce the about the poet of this poem. The poet of the poem is Robert Lee Frost, 1874-1963, was an American poet. He is highly regarded for his realistic depiction of the rural life and his command of American colloquial speech. So, in this poem, the poem is given information about the rural life and the scenery of the rural. Now, he is one of the most popular and the critical respected American poet of the 20th century. He received for Pulitzer Prize for poetry. So we can see the poet Robert Lee Frost is received a Pulitzer Prize. It is a very uh, one of the best achievement in his life, so we can say this. Now in this poem the poet describe a little incidents happening in a snowy evening. As a traveler, the poet is fascinated by a beautiful scenes in the woods. He stopped to enjoy, but his mind urges him to go on. So in this way the poem share his experience the beautiful scene in the woods. Now woods means forest. Okay, now this is the introduction of the poet. Now I am going to read a poem, so listen. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. This is the first stanza. Now second stanza. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. So in the second stanza poet explain about the darkest evening. The first stanza in the poem the poet stopping there and he feel the surrounding of the forest. Now in the third stanza he gives his harness bell a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of PG wind and the downy flake. In the in the last fourth stanza, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promised to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So in the last stanza, poet says that the really he fascinated the beauty of the forest and says that, oh, lovely, dark and deep, but I am promised to keep. But he also given the promise he want to go miles and miles before he sleep. In this poem, there is a given uh, uh, four stanzas, and one of the best experience shared Robert Lee Frost in every stanza. Now there is a given some new words like a cure means strange, aparichit. Then a second word harness bell means bell tied in the neck of the horse to control it. घोड्यांच्या गड्यामध्ये एक प्रकारचे त्यांना कंट्रोल करण्यासाठी चामड्याची जी पट्टी असते, वी कॅन से दॅट हार्नेस बेल. देन डाउनी फ्लेक्स मीन द सॉफ्ट फिदर्स लाईक अ स्नोली फ्लेक्स फॉलिंग. फिदर्स जसं एक प्रकारे जे मऊदार असं पक्ष्यांचे पीस असतं एकदम मऊ, तसं इथं त्याचा शब्दाचा अर्थ घेतलेला आहे की जे बर्फ असतं ते एकदम सॉफ्ट आणि मऊ या पद्धतीने इथं उपमा दिलेली आहे डाउनी फ्लेक्स. देन सो I request students, so list the sound mentioned in the poem. There is a in this poem there is a different words. Uh, it's refer the sound words. So I request you, please make a list of the sound words. Why does the traveler have to leave the lovely woods? There is a given some question. Traveler means poet. Poet is a traveling from the forest. He stopped, he fascinated by the beauty of the forest. But why traveler have to leave the lovely woods? You want to think about this, so I request you all students, please listen and read carefully the poem one or two time. You can understand very well, and then you read the side. There is a English workshop. There is a given questions and trying to give the answers of the questions one by one, and I will also uh, uh, tell you the answers of the questions in the next video. Okay, thank you very much.